everybody, welcome back to this channel for another video. Now today's video I want to have a bit of a discussion and why I prefer physical media in discs over streaming. So this is a point of contention with people in the film circle, because people will very much hammer home that streaming is the way forward, it's more convenient, yada yada yada. People will love streaming and support streaming, whereas other people like me will always back the physical media, the art of it, the collecting of it, the funness of it, but also the quality compared to streaming. So I thought let's have a civil discussion and we'll kind of get into it. We'll see what the pros and cons are and if actually you can enjoy both, because yeah, let's go. So to start off with, yes, I am someone that collects movies, I collect physical media. I have about 410 in my collection, which is a very small collection compared to so many other people's, mainly down to space, because I don't have too much space left to get any, but I'm getting there. And I will go and collect buy Blu-rays and 4Ks. I don't do DVDs anymore. I've upgraded them all. The odd one here that I still have as DVDs I'm going to take out there and kind of put in their own little section, but the majority of the time it will be Blu-rays or pretty much 4Ks. I try and just get 4Ks for new releases. So over here in England, I can't say for sure anywhere else, but over here in England, a DVD, a brand new DVD, will cost you about a tenner, $9.99. Blu-ray, $14.99, and a new 4K is between $19.99 to about $24.99. And that's not talking steelbooks. If you want a steelbook, they're starting about £35. Just a bog standard disc, a bog standard Amaray will cost you that. So yes, if you are someone that will buy Blu-rays or buy 4Ks, it can be very, very expensive and it can rack up quite a lot. And that's a big thing I feel like people use against physical media when discussing and defending streaming. And I don't really understand that. I get it to an extent back in the day when you had your Netflix, you had your Amazon Prime, and obviously you had like your Hulu and stuff like that in America. But those were like your main ones you had. You didn't have Apple TV, you didn't have Disney Plus, you didn't have HBO Max, Peacock, Paramount, you didn't have any of these other ones. So 9 times out of 10 you were going to find everything you wanted on those two, and you could probably afford those two for a month for the price of one 4K disc. So I could get that back then. But now, where all the movies and all the content has been scattered and they're now on every individual one, it can cost you a fortune, okay? So say you wanted to watch a Marvel movie that night, but you also wanted to watch Stranger Things, an episode of Stranger Things, but then you thought, you know what, I kind of want to watch a movie that like a Justice League movie. So that's three separate subscriptions you're gonna have just for that one movie night. So when you're looking at that, you pay your $24.99 to get your movies, or you pay and you get your free movies you want. 9 times out of 10 it's probably going to be cheaper than getting all the subscriptions you need lined up, because you pay it and it's done. You got it forever. Whereas you pay it for the month and you're like, okay, that's cool, I'm gonna go cancel that one, don't want it anymore, watch those movies. And then 2 months later you're like, you know what, I really want to watch my Marvel movie and I really, really want to finish off Stranger Things. Then you have to then redo it and you're paying it again. So I think it's something where I don't understand why people are so vehemently against physical media with regards to cost, especially now. Netflix is the worst of it. The rising prices of the subscriptions and also the different tiers, it's insane. If you want to get a 4K stream which I'll get to streaming in a minute for that, but a 4K stream with no ads on Netflix, it will cost you about like $17.99 a month. That's almost the price of just one movie. Like, that's just Netflix, let alone needing it for Disney Plus. That's about £15 a month for the top tier for 4K no ads. So you put that together, that's just two. Like, it's crazy. Absolutely insane. So the price thing, I feel we win with physical media, because you pay it, it's done. You don't have to worry about having to pay it again month, just to, on the odd chance you want to watch a Marvel movie. You can just go, pick it up, and then Bob's your uncle, you got it then. You don't have to pay for it again. Another thing that I don't like about it is things changing or things disappearing. Now, things are starting to be taken off of streaming services and they're not being put on anywhere else. So you can, big example, or things that you can't find, big example, you have 28 Days Later, 28 Weeks Later. Now I believe they are now on streaming, but for years they were not. You couldn't find them, which then meant that if you didn't have the movie in your collection, you couldn't watch it at home. You couldn't watch it, you'd have to rent it, which again, that's cool, but if you like the movie, you're renting it, then you're going to have to buy it, so you're paying twice for things. Whereas you get it in your collection, you know you're always going to have it. And another thing is changing stuff. So I remember when Falcon and Winter Soldier came out on Disney Plus, there was an episode where a character got shot point blank and there was a bit of blood. A few weeks down, I think it was after, like a few months I believe even, someone went back to rewatch it and said to people that they took the blood away, they edited out the blood, which was definitely visible when it first came out. So these companies are going in and altering these movies and cutting things out, so you're not getting what the artist that made it intended for you to see. So you could, in theory, they could cut out whole scenes and you wouldn't see that, which is crazy to me. So physical media, you have it there. It's not going to be unedited. It's going to be all there for you. No one's going to be messing around with it in a year's time because they don't like a political stance in that movie. That's what you're going to start to see, I believe, is they're going to start to see movies, these companies freak out about movies that are politically incorrect, and they're going to cut stuff out, and then you're not going to be able to get the real thing. So that's annoying. Another thing as well is quality-wise. Now, I don't care what you say, okay? Unless you have a fantastic internet connection, you are not getting the 4K that you're paying for or the 1080p that you're paying for. 4K is equivalent, really, for a standard person's internet speed, is equivalent to a Blu-ray, okay? It just is. You're not getting that same crisp picture quality because it's compressing it, it's going online, it's going through your internet speed, your buffering, all of that stuff. It's getting compressed. It's not looking anywhere near the amount of as good as it should be. But you're still paying the premium price. You're still paying for a picture you're not getting. Whereas you pay your $24.99, you get a decent TV, a decent 4K player, you're getting a perfect picture, like a perfect quality picture, well worth what you're paying for. So it's just something that you have to think about, because yes, it may be convenient to not have to go and buy a movie because you can see a movie that's on Netflix. That's fine. But you click on it, you realise, oh, I got to upgrade it because they're making me watch ads. So then you have to pay the next tier up, which is a Blu-ray quality 1080p. But then you're only getting about 720 quality because of your internet speed. So then you think, well, that's rubbish. I can't watch this on my big TV. It looks awful. I'm going to have to pay the 4K version so it doesn't look as bad, which then means you're upgrading again. So all of this stuff is money, and it frustrates me, I think, because these companies just do not care for the customers, especially with the rising prices. Now, does that mean that physical media is the be all and end all? No, of course not. They do, you have people that know that there's us out there that will buy media, that will buy collector's editions, and sometimes the transfers can be very, very lazily done and can be downright unwatchable, like the Terminator 2 4K scan. When that first came out, it was horrendous, like absolutely horrendous, and they knew people would pay 25 to 30 quid for it, which is disgusting. So I'm not saying that we're perfect over here in physical media land, but I'm saying that if you really think about it, there's so much more pros to go physical media, okay? And that's just the kind of technical aspects of it. You're getting something physical, you're getting something to put on yourself. It looks nice, it looks cool, you can arrange it as much as you like. You can get unique stuff with it, you can get posters with it, you get bonus features that maybe you don't get on certain streaming stuff. Some you will, but some of them you won't. You just get something that you can pass down to people. I have my first ever movie that I've ever bought, Iron Giant, the ever one I had in my collection. I still have that, okay? Like, that's going to be with me forever. I will never have kids because I don't like them. But if I had a kid, I would then pass that down to them. So then that can be their first movie in their collection. You can't do that with streaming. You have to pass down the password, which now doesn't even work because they're cutting down password sharing anyway. So I'm just very much pro physical media and everything it stands for. And I think you're seeing more people go into it now because things are just getting so much more expensive. And I hope that people that have now kind of gone into it will realise just how good it is, because it's something that's so cool. I've got such great people, like friends that I'm meeting through physical media, and it just makes it so much easier when you want to pick something to watch that night. You don't have to faff around trying to find it and then pay astronomical amount of money to watch it in a decent enough quality. So yeah, that's my thoughts and feelings on this topic. I'm sure you guys will have your reactions. Comment down below what team you on. Be respectful, okay? Don't be mean to people. And yeah, let me know and we'll get through it. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up and subscribe. It helps out the channel. It means the world to me. You'll make Soph smile, which we love. There's a little smile. And also follow me on these social medias. It's where all of my social media is all where this stuff is getting opened and looking into. So yeah, make sure you do that if you want to have a look into how cool physical media can be. But thank you so much for watching. I will see you at the next video. Ciao, ciao.